I have a lot of information for you today, especially the crazy rating for Bronny James. But before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe, as like of the video push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your noti game for my daily uploads. Without further ado, let's hop straight into the video. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to go right back real quick because after I did my video yesterday, Wolf came back out with another tweet talking about some other takeovers. So I want to talk about that real quick. He said, I saw a lot of questions about big man takeovers. How are some of my, here are some of my main takeovers I use when playing big. One is called Glass Gunner, boost three-pointer, defensive rebound, and offensive rebound. Perfect for bigs who want to grab boards and shoot from the three. Then you have Unit, which boosts offensive rebound, standing dunk, and close shot. Ideal for the inside bigs who want to mash. Then you also have the Commander, which boosts interior defense, block, and defensive rebound. Control the paint defensively. It will be a tough bucket for anyone trying to slash, okay? So, again, it looks like my premise of having 72 takeovers, the more and more I look at it, it looks like there are going to be 72 takeovers. I mean, he's been naming a lot of them, and you can change your takeovers before games, but of course they have to be unlocked based upon how your build is made. So it's like you're not able to be one of these bigs and get chef, right? I'm pretty sure you have to have a certain ball handle and that type of deal. But regardless, it is a new way of the takeover system, but to me, like I said in my last video, I just feel like it's repurposed, right? It's not really nothing innovative enough to where it's different. Like, I would love a complete revamped takeover system, or just take it out and then, you know, come up with something different. You know, we've been doing a takeover system since 2K18. You know, it's almost 8 years of this. 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so 2K25 will be 8 years of the same takeover system ever since we went away from the grand badges. So again, I don't want to be too long-winded on that, but I want to just go out and say that it looks like there will be 72 individual takeovers, which again, it doesn't really jump off the page, excites me. I think it's just, you know, something that's just different, right? A little tad different. When I say tad different, meaning that it's kind of just repurposed as the other 2Ks, okay? But now let's go into, they did release some information on the top 5 dunkers and the top 5 perimeter defenders, and I want to talk about this because let's talk about the top 5 dunkers. They have Edwards at a 97, Morant at a 97, they have Brown at a 96, they have Sharp at a 96, and they have Williamson at a 95, okay? The only issue I really have here is just that when it comes to me, for the top 5 driving dunks, now you're talking about individuals that's driving dunking, I feel like Zion Williams, there's no one that does that type of vicious dunks and stuff in game than Zion, right? I still feel like Zion's a freak of nature. Like, what he does at his size and height to be able to jump higher than everybody, be more explosive than everybody. I feel like a 95, now it's just like, I'm splitting hairs here, right? A 95 is not disrespecting Zion Williamson. I just think that what has happened is because maybe he was injured or whatever, I'm not sure, but Ja Morant did not play at all because of his shoulder, and you know, he's a 97. So I think that will be the only thing. I do feel like Jaylen Brown at 3 is perfect. Like, this dude does some of the most vicious in-game dunks I've ever seen. Like, last year alone, he probably got like 10 bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like, people sleep on Brown. I remember he was in the dunk contest. He didn't do as well in the dunk contest, but again, like, being able to be an in-game dunker and, you know, just a, you know, hey, warm-up dunk contest dunker, they're two different types of people, right? It's very rare to find somebody like a Michael Jordan that can do really good at dunk contests and do really good dunks in the game. Vince Carter's another one, right? But someone like Jaylen Brown is so prevalent and obvious that he's a good in-game dunker. He's just not as a creative dunker. You know what I mean? Zion Williamson, he's definitely can do either or. He can dunk in-game. He can do dunk contest dunks. I mean, we've seen him through his high school and even college when he was in those dunk contests, how well he played. So, but I'm not really too mad about this, all right? Now, the top 5 perimeter defense. This one right here is, again, I feel like perimeter defense, I'm not sure what they're using. There's so many advanced metrics for that, but let's just look at it. They got Holiday at a 95 perimeter defense, Caruso at a 94, Jones, which is Herb Jones, he plays for the Pelicans. He's a 94. You have Jalen Suggs at 93. And then you have White, again, at a 93. And White, so much controversy with White because he took Jaylen Brown. Team USA decided to take Devin White instead of Jaylen Brown. And, that was a whole fiasco there. But it's crazy to see that the Celtics have Holiday and they have White as two of the top 5 defenders on the game. And don't get it twisted, Jaylen Brown and that Jason Tatum are also going to be great perimeter defensive players. What makes the Celtics so good is that their defense is just absolutely just stacked. They are just ridiculous, their defense, right? That stands out. Celtics are going to be really, really good here. Caruso, there's no surprise here with Caruso at 94. I know Jones was a good defensive player. I know his nickname when replica builds from 2K23 was Straight Jacket, which I thought was one of the best replica build names in the game. So having him at 94 is good. Jalen Suggs kind of surprised me. Now, I do not watch a lot of Magic basketball, obviously, what I'm saying? But for a 93 is crazy. Like, he came out of nowhere. I did not know that he was that great of a defender. But one thing that does stand out to me, and reason why I think that that's something I talked to y'all realize that they don't have Kawhi Leonard on here, nor Paul George, known as two of the greatest two-way players of all time. Have they took a dip? Again, I don't know the advanced metrics. I think they use a lot of advanced metrics when they come to grading these individuals, right? So they're just not doing the eye test. They're really looking at, the advanced metrics of, the NBA season to get these numbers. So I don't really argue with it because I know the process of what they're doing to pick it because they're using a lot of data to get these numbers. So obviously Kawhi Leonard and Paul George have dipped in the defensive prowess because they're no longer on the list, okay? Now, what I also want to talk about is the top rated rookies on the game. Now, I will say this, what 2K basically did, and I think it's kind of funny, is that they literally just took the draft picks 1 through whatever 60, and they just went like in reverse order and just dropped them. So they start with a 75, and as you can see, Sar's a 75, then Shepard's a 73, Castle's a 73, Klingling is a 73, Holland is a 72, but as you can tell, they just drop them. Whatever your draft pick is, they drop them all the way down in that reverse order. I don't know if that's actually a good idea because teams don't always pick individuals based upon, this is the best available player. A lot of these teams in the draft, they pick a place of need. I think this is kind of lazy because this is not true. Like in Madden and other games, you don't get that. You'll get players that were picked like 6 overall. That's better than the 4th overall pick overall, right? And I think that that's what they should have done. But to just go in reverse order and just literally drop people's attributes by 1 based upon their draft position, to me is just kind of ridiculous. I'm curious of what y'all think about that. And as you see here in the second slide, and you can look on the second row, they have Bronny James as a 68 overall. And I think that's funny. About this whole entire draft, I feel like Bronny James is the biggest name in this draft. And a 68 overall, in my humble opinion, is extremely generous. I don't even think Bronny will play this year. I'm a diehard Lakers fan. I just don't see Bronny playing this year. Unless they're just trying to get Bronny and Bron on the court at the same time just to set the record, right? Like to have him, whatever, but I just don't see him being on the 12-man roster. I think the roster is I just don't see that. I don't see it at all. It's very hard for a second-round pick to even, make it 3 years into the league. And then for Bronny to have that huge of a contract he has, like there's a lot of stuff that's just kind of head scratches. We know what it is though because it's LeBron James, his son, but 68 is very generous for me. I'm very curious for y'all. Let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this? Is Bronny James a 68 overall, or do you think he should be lower? Also, what do y'all think about the new top defender and dunkers? And then also let me know about that Wolf and his takeovers. I know I did a lot of video on that and I was always confused. I'm like, yo, this doesn't make any sense, like da-da-da-da. But y'all answer these questions. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Jimmy. I'll be back really, really soon on the Banger Man. You know, when I say back soon on the Banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.